Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Get it all out. We got a show to do. All right. Hey everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Good morning. It's Monday. First Monday of April. Yay! I love April. Not only is it my birthday month, but it usually has Easter in it, and I love Easter. So I'm pretty glad to for it to be April. Good morning to everyone. I don't see. I see Kirsten and Rocky. There are some people on, but so we're going to start in on this project right off the bat because I don't want somebody to feel like all I do is talk and that we do the project. And then as we get closer into the project while I'm working on actually doing it, because we do the projects right in front of you live, I will tell you all about the April giveaways that are going on. It's very sunny here today, Shirley. I'm sorry it's gray where you're at. Yesterday was a little gray and I ended up getting a headache, which was kind of stinky. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about this project. First, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I found and ordered these adorable little muslin drawstring pouches, really cute. And they're small. I don't know if they're like 3x4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3x4, but that includes the drawstring area. And I'm not really sure why I bought them. And I bought 50 of them. And I will send you the link or give you the link to them. I got them at Amazon and they were probably like $8 or $9 for 50. So I was like, that seems like a good deal. And I ordered it. This happens. Thank you for shouting out to the boys, and remember Lola, she's a girl. Lola's a girl. Frank is a boy. Yes. Anyway, she's the loudest one. Anyway, so I got these. They came in. I'm like, great. What do I do with them? And I've come up with a couple of different ideas, but I figured since Easter was just a couple weeks away, why don't we make little Easter pouches that could be filled with jelly beans or Hershey Kisses or those little malted. Remember those malted like Easter egg balls or whatever they are. So this is perfect for one serving. And for instance, if you work in a nursing home or in a school or something where food is allowed, you could give these out to the residents or teachers or whatever. It's just a really cute little thing. It might make a nice little thing to put on everybody's serving plate for, if you're having Easter dinner. And obviously you don't have to use this design, but it's just a different design. So since it's small, I thought, you know what? Why don't we use the Joy and why don't we use the EasyPress Mini, which I have back here. You can't hardly see it yet. And with that, I wanted to use some things that we've recently received in our mystery boxes. So this was a Joy light grip mat that came in one of the mystery boxes. I don't know which mystery box. Maybe graffiti and light glow sticks, possibly. Anyway, so we all got, if you did get that mystery box, we all got this in the mystery box. So usually I use Smart Iron-On. Let me grab this. So especially like for the Joy, I like this Smart Iron-On because it doesn't require a mat. But I realized, when people, especially for people who buy the mystery boxes, they're often getting rolls of vinyl. So I think this one here, Sugarberry Sampler, was one of the ones we received. And this one here is just the pastel sampler. And I wanted to show you how you can use up some of those rolls of iron-on that you might get in your mystery boxes. And then also how to use the mat with the Joy. And then we'll use our minis to adhere them to the muslin um, bags. Okay, so that's going to be the project today. It's a really cute project. So first things first, let us look at the the image. This is it's a cute image. I wanted to show you where to find it. It's under images. You can find it by, I'm on my iPad, but you know, you don't have to use your iPad, right? So I'm going to go to categories and image sets. And I found this little treasure trove of images under Sarah Hurley that we're going to be using some here. She has some really cute images, so I thought we could use it, use some of them in future projects and today. So if you scroll down and you see here is Easter. And I found that simple. So small projects, really, it's best to do simple. So here is the one, and it's all one color. So I decided I would just bring it into my design space, and you see it's rather large. So you have to resize it. So how do you know what size it is? You're going to measure this, and as I said, it was like about 3 by 4, and you're going to want it to be smaller than that, but not terribly small. So I made them about 2 by 2, although it could be stretched a little bit. You maybe could make them, I didn't want to really stretch them too far out. So I then took the image and I duplicated it. Sorry. I haven't talked all since yesterday. Okay, so I then took the image and I duplicated it, and I figured, hey, I've got all these different colors. Let's use these different colors. So once I do have these different colors, move these out of the way, then I would go here to edit, you see, and I would choose basic cut, and you see it's green there, and this is where I would change the color. So just change the color. And with the reason why I'm doing this is because, you know, for variety, and I have a bunch of different colors, and we're going to have our own, each thing is going to have its own color. So let's pick something. Did we have yellow? But how about orange? Now, um, this doesn't have to be the same. I don't need this one, the same color as what you have. But the important thing to note here is that they're different on your canvas, so that when we go to make it, and we will hit make it here, and we will choose on mat. When we go to make it, oops, I see it, something I forgot to do, which is my machine is set for a larger machine. I'm sorry, my design space is set for a larger machine. So I need to go back into this here and change my machine selection to Joy. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to have to do is just go to Bluetooth and make sure my Joy is connected, which it is. Okay. And back to this project canvas. All right. And then we're going to hit make it, and we're going to do it on the mat. And you'll notice that now my mat is the size of a Cricut mat. So what I would suggest is if you buy a 50 pack of these, it would be a great idea to cut out, you know, and it's a great idea to properly use your rolled vinyl, is to do more than one cutout. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change my project copies to, let's say, 4. Okay. And once I do that, let's go back here, and you'll see 4 fits really nicely um, on the shorter mat. Okay, so here are all the mats, and there's 4 on each one of these. Now, one of the things that we're going to have to do, whoops, we're going to have to do here is we are going to have to mirror these because this is iron on. Okay, so let's go up here. Now, if I change the project to 4, And then I have to go in each of the mats and choose mirror. Okay. And so each one of those you're going to mirror. So that's not something you change all in one full swoop. You have to do it for each of your mats. Okay, so now you see there's one mat, two mats, three, four, five, six. There's six mats. And now we're getting ready to cut. So before we go on and cut, let's have a look at how you handle these rolls. Okay. So a lot of people get these rolls and they're like, I know when I first encountered rolls, I was like, this is weird, like especially the glitter rolls were very thick and they would curl on you, and which is important if you're going to use it to use a really good mat. So this is a brand new mat for the Cricut Joy. You can obviously do this on another mat, but what we need to do is cut our rolls in strips. So you see here I have a strip of this lavender and a strip of this blue, which I got from this roll. So let's open this up. Here, I've already opened it. So I think using tape to keep your rolls in order is a very good way to do it. I like to keep my rolls together. I don't like having things just sort of hanging around, because then they often will fall and they get dirty and stuff like that. So when you have a sampler like this, which this is, there's 3 colors on it. You can get rid of this roll. Make sure you recycle it. And here are your sampler sheets. Okay, so this one I already took some off of. So let's use the one we didn't. So here we go. So I'm going to use this. This is a personal trimmer. A lot of you know I like to use this a lot for cardstock, but it works really, really well on these sort of slippery sheets. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut to the guideline here, which is actually like 4.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take this sheet and I'm going to place it in here. It doesn't matter which way you place it, but I'm going to cut it at 4.5 right here. 4.5. It can be a little more or less, but 4.5 is good because it'll fit nicely on your sheet. So you do that with whatever you want to do. Get that out of the way. And then we would take our mat, and do save this because it does keep the mat nice and fresh. And then here we go. We're going to take this piece of iron-on that we cut, and we're going to put the shiny side down. Okay. And here we go. Now, it doesn't matter that we're using a longer mat than what our mat requires, but if it's something that bothers you, you can always tell the machine that you're using a larger mat. But it doesn't really matter. And I find, as far as like being non-wasteful, I like this style because you're using a very precise measurement and you can still keep these all together. That's what we're going to do. Let's just keep things clean. I'm going to basically roll this back up without the roll in place, and then I'm going to get a little bit of tape wherever my tape is. Here's some tape, and I could even put this, which will explain to me some other time what this is. Sometimes you don't know, and sometimes you can't tell by just looking at it. Okay, so there we go. So I can put that away. And now I have put my sheet on here. See how nice it sticks, and it's on there. And now we can proceed with the cutting. Okay, so we have 6 mats. Let's hit next. and we are going to choose the material. So let's go to all materials, and we are using iron on. So let's scroll to iron on. And this iron on is not the smart iron on. It's just everyday iron on. It's not like metallic or anything like that. So let's choose that one. And you will get this notice, make sure that it's mirrored, which we do know is mirrored. Okay. What we also want to do is remember the material setting, because we're going to use the same material setting throughout. And I always like to add more pressure. It just seems to me like a better way of doing this. Now, if you want to check to see, which I always like, did I do this right with mirrored? You can just click on this little icon that looks like a mat, a square mat, and it will tell you, yes, it's mirrored. Okay. So we're all set to go. My Joy is flashing. So I am going to take it through the paces. I'm just going to open it up and take my mat, and I'm going to guide it through here. And when it's done measuring, it will start to cut out. I just have to hit go. So I'm hitting go, and there it goes. It's going to start cutting out. Now, remember, the mirror is because we cut the wrong side, or the non-shiny side, because that's where the iron-on material is. This shiny side is really just the transfer paper, or it's transfer plastic, I guess. And so we'll wait for that to cut out, and we'll just keep doing that. So while we're waiting for these things to cut out, let me tell you that our brand new giveaways for April are live. And I am so excited because I was able to choose 7 prizes. So there are a couple of big prizes. One is the Cricut Joy. So Cricut Joy with a bunch of extras. I think it's a Cricut Joy Insert Card Bundle. Yeah, that's what it is. Figuring we do a lot of insert cards here, so I thought that would be appropriate for our group. The other one is the EasyPress, which we're going to be working on in a little bit. So it's an EasyPress bundle. It's very similar, if not the same, as the bundle that we gave away in March. And there are a couple of Infusible Ink Bundles. There's a Infusible Ink, I think it's called the Everything Bundle, that has just like a little bit of everything. It has some of the pens, has some of the transfer sheets, and I think it also includes like a tote bag and some coasters. I'm pretty sure that's what's in that. There's the other Infusible Ink one is called the Coaster Infusible Ink. And then of course we have our materials bundle. So there's a bunch of materials. So there's 7 prizes in all. I almost couldn't get them all onto the picture, but it is now going on. Started yesterday, and it will run until the end of the month. And if you've never been part of my giveaways before, it's really super simple to participate. First of all, everyone's eligible to participate unless you received a major prize from me in the last 6 months. So for instance, people who won, this would go back to like October, November, December, January, February, March. So people, if you got a major prize, because we do this every month, if you got a major prize from me in the last 6 months, you are not eligible to get your name in, but you could still share, because I know you want us to grow our audience. But if you are a new person to us, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Cricut Chat Miss Rita, and then you go and you click on a link called Rafflecopter, and I'll put it in the description of this video. Okay, so you click on the link and you go through there, and you just put in your full name and your email address. Full name's kind of important because when I pick winners, we have a lot of, the same names. We have Barbara's and Linda's and Christine's, and, so it's important to kind of put full names there so I know the name of who I'm picking out. I think we have several Dawns too, that kind of thing. So you put your full name in. Now, once you've got your name in once, you can come back every single day and put your name in again. All you have to do is share, like, or comment on any of the 900 plus videos that I have in YouTube, because we're just trying to spread the word. And I know you guys are the ones that allowed me to get to 20,000 subscribers. Yes, we hit 20,000 subscribers. And then we just don't look back. We just kept moving along, and now we're at like 20,100, which is wonderful. I guess I have to make a new goal of 25,000. Let's do 25,000 by the end of the year. I think that would be fun. Probably blow through that. We'll have to check that goal out. So anyway, that's how you get your name in for the giveaway. I have not yet set up the Patreon giveaway, but I am starting this month where once a month I'm giving away a Cricut Cutie, my choice of color, to my Patreon followers. These are people that pay money to follow me and help me by supporting my crafting addiction. And I use that money to buy new stuff so that I can show you new projects. My projects will never cost you money. But this is how I support the channel, is through Patreon and also advertising. So this is one very direct way. If you really like what you see, you can support me through Patreon, which is like a monthly subscription, I guess. It's a subscription. It's like a monthly donation. Okay. So here we've cut 2 of the colors. I have 50 of these. So let's cut this third one. So if you want to find me on Patreon, I am under Miss Rita to the Rescue on Patreon. So I think my specific link, which I will put in the description, is patreon.com/Miss Rita to the Rescue 1. So we're just going to go through and cut these out. I have some already cut out, but that's what we're doing. We're cutting these out. And while we're doing that, we could be talking about how we clean them up, because here are some that I've cleaned up, and there's actually some glitter. And then we should also talk about the EasyPress Mini. So a lot of you have and really like this machine. This is the EasyPress Mini. They did just come out with, or it's coming out in a few weeks, this EasyPress Mini in a Zen blue color. So it's being referred to as the Zen Blue EasyPress Mini. Which is kind of a handful given for what you get. But the only difference with this is the color. So if you don't have a preference, then I would say the small EasyPress is for you, because you'll probably save more money on it. I think that they average retail about $50. They're really a good little machine. It comes with its own cradle. Works really well with iron-on, especially getting into small areas or doing small projects. I've used it a lot with paper, and it works out really well. We're also going to need a little bit of tape. So that's my chewed up roll of tape, heat resistant tape. This is the old heat resistant tape. There is a new heat resistant tape out that is used on the hat press, but it does not fit into my tape dispenser, so I have to buy a new tape dispenser, and I'm not really about to do that right yet. So that's what I have here. And then I also have the EasyPress mat in the small size. I think this is like 8x10. It's perfect for most projects. Yeah, it's like, what is it? 8 by 10. So it's 8 by 10. It's not clean, but it does the job. It's like insulated and it's really good. And it does protect your surface. Okay. So when we have these all cut out, I suggest that you cut them all out first, and we can put away um, our Cricut Joy. We're going to take this off, and let's put our cover on this. Okay. We're going to need a pair of scissors and a weeding tool, whatever weeding tool you prefer. And then we're going to cut down. So you see, I don't know if you can see that, but there are 4 on here. And this is extra. Don't throw it away. You always can find a project to do with extra. And it's useful to have sort of a little extra folder, or I keep them in bins. I don't sort them the way that some people do. Some people sort them by color and all of that, which is wonderful. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go to the corner of each one of these and pull off the the stuff around our image. Now this is the first time we're just going to pull this off just like this, and you could do this one at a time, but I tend to do it as a group. Tomorrow's project is an iron-on tin, which I haven't done in a while, so I'm pretty excited. I did go to Hobby Lobby this weekend, which is my first time there, and I wanted to do like a live from there, but I couldn't get a very good signal, so I wasn't able to do it. But my friend Wendy and Pasquale went, and we had a grand time. And then we went and had dinner, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, Hobby Lobby is really quite the place. What really gets me about that place is that they don't um, use like a computer inventory system. Like, how? The place is huge. I was in the sewing department and I asked for felt in sheets, and I ended up like walking half a mile just to get to the felt with sheets. I was like, okay. And they have their own version of vinyl and stuff, but they do also have the Cricut brand. So there's a lot to see and do there. So here I am, and we're going to go through, and there's actually a little tiny piece over here that I have to set my eye on here. Okay. Like that, and over here. Okay. So I would do that for all of these. This is trash. Get rid of that. Probably don't want it on your workspace while you're working, because it can get stuck to things very easily. Okay, so let's get what we've got here. These are our muslin. These they're just so simple. Yes, you could make them if you like to make things. I don't know if you can make them for less money than buying them, so that's usually my gauge, is if I can buy them for less money than make them, I usually just buy them. And they're just a simple pouch. They come in different sizes. This happens to be a 3x4 size, and it's muslin. So it's got kind of a scratchy, not quite as burlappy feel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the internet. Let's see, where's my internet? Here it is. And I am going to go to Cricut Heat Press or Heat Guide. There it is. And I'm going to choose which press I am going to use, which is the mini. And then I'm going to choose the material. So I'm using, for the most part, everyday iron-on. And then the base material is muslin. Okay. And I hit apply, and you'll see I need to heat up my press so that it has the 2 squiggles. Okay, so I press the button once to turn it on and press it twice to heat it up to the 2 squiggles. And while that's heating up, we'll read the directions. So it says that we need to preheat. the material. So we're going to preheat the bag for 5 seconds. Then we're going to use that medium heat and we're going to do it for 30 seconds with a constant movement and light pressure. Then we'll flip it over and do 15 seconds. Now, if you need more information than that, it's all provided here. And I would recommend that you bookmark the heat guide and always use it. Don't rely on your brain to remember because now there are different presses out there. Now you'll notice that the EasyPress 3 is not listed here. Okay. And that's because the EasyPress 3 uses its own app. Okay. So if you have the EasyPress 2 or 1, you would use this heat guide. If you get the 3, yes, you could use this heat guide, but you're better off to use this Cricut heat guide that will guide you through and tell you exactly the seconds that you need to have for your project. But we do it the old-fashioned way, and we use the heat guide. So we're waiting for that to heat up. And in the meantime, we'll just take and like just make our little piles. So here are ones that I already cut out, and I am going to just I already weeded them. I'm just gonna like make them as kind of small so I can see where to put them on the bag. Now this has a little bit of stick to it, but I like to use when I'm making something small. I do like to use some tape so it won't move. So my thought process was, let's stay away from this part, which will be bulky, and also the edges where the seams are. So I think I want to put it here. Now I do have to preheat it, but I just want to kind of have a look at that, like sort of standing up. That looks good. So let's go ahead. Our EasyPress is heated up, and now we're going to just for 5 seconds just heat this material. Now a lot of people skip the preheat and they really shouldn't. I know I did when I first started because I kept forgetting, but the preheat's important because it sort of it prepares the material for the iron on. A lot of time materials when you buy brand new like t-shirts and stuff, they have what's called sizing in them, and it's just kind of like like a stiffening agent, or it might have starch. I call it sizing. And that can get in the way of the adhering to your product. So by heating it up, it kind of like it makes that starch or that sizing uh less stiff, I suppose. And so here we go. There is my little jelly bean. You don't have to put jelly beans in there. You could put anything you want. You could put money in there. Maybe you could hide these instead of Easter eggs. I don't know, or in addition to Easter eggs. But so here I am pressing down and moving and moving. I'm not pressing terribly. I'm just, not with my core. I'm just pressing down enough and I'm moving it around. You don't have to move as fast as me, but you want to keep it moving. You don't want to just kind of lay it on there. This works for infusible ink as well, but when you're doing infusible ink, remember that all parts of the iron have to be on that infusible ink. So since it's small, if you're doing a very large infusible ink thing, I would suggest that you use a different press. But it is possible to do it if it's like a small project. The hat press, which I will show you because I finally got my hat samples in. I will be showing you that soon, but the hat press is also useful with infusible ink as well. So let's go ahead and flip this over and we'll do it for about 15 seconds or as long as I want to talk about it. These would be these would be really beautiful if you have someone who's getting married, and you want to put like a little, favors. I don't know if they still do that, but I think it would look really cute if you have a kind of a rustic themed wedding. And so there's that. So here I go. I'm going to do my second one. And you can imagine this could be like a little, now they have 50 of these bags. This could be like a little, what do you call it? Assembly line for our little jelly bean bag. So maybe for like somebody, a church, like a church CYO or whatever they call that nowadays. So putting that on, and I'm going to just kind of keep moving it around. Or if you want to do this way, I just kind of do it like this. I don't know. And do it for 30 seconds total. Okay. Preheat and then do this for you 30 seconds total. You're going to want to peel these when they're cool. I think it says that on the guide, but let's double check. Slowly remove the liner when it's cool to the touch. Yes. Okay. So sometimes it's hard to know when you've done the full 30 seconds and everything, which is kind of why we do the flip. If you're working with the auto press, because the pressure is um, so strong, you don't have to do the flip, which is kind of cool. But it might, you could also do these on the auto press, I suppose, but they seem rather small, so I would do more than one at a time. So let's do a different one while we're at it. Let's do that. Oh, let's do this one. It's upside down, but that's okay. This one is glitter. So let's have a look and see if the directions are different for glitter. So again, we have our EasyPress Mini, but we're going to choose glitter iron-on and muslin. Apply. Well, thankfully, it's on medium, and it's actually the exact same time. 5-minute preheat, 30 seconds on medium, and then flip for 15 seconds and remove when cool. So let's go ahead and take our little. The reason why I cut that is because so it's easier for me to see where it's going. When you have all this extra stuff around, it feels like I feel like I get it off center. So that's why I do it that way. So I forgot my preheat. I'm going to do my preheat because I'm a good little girl, and do my 5-second preheat. And then I'm going to take my glitter. So yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby. Now, you got to understand, here in New England, we do not have Hobby Lobby or even Michael's and Joann's at every street corner. I mean, they are far away from each other, and the closest Hobby Lobby is in New Hampshire. So, so it's quite a stretch, about 45 minutes to drive there. So that's why we went on Saturday. She closed the shop, and we went up there, and it's really big compared to our Michael's, and so it's really quite an eye-opening experience. They have everything, and they have like even some furniture and a lot of home decor stuff. They had a whole sewing department and a knitting and crocheting department. And then what else did they have? A huge craft area, and then they had like seasonal shops, and oh, the cake decorating, huge. I was like, whoa. So I'm used to a very small shop with a, limited selection. I'll be really honest, I didn't think their paper selection was that great, but they did have quite a few of their own, like vinyl and stuff. I've not tried it. I didn't get any. But I did get a bunch of cool stuff that I want to show you. I got Easter bunny tails, so we can make burlap signs with fluffy bunny tails. And what else did we get? We got the tin can type of thing, and tin that they were on sale. I got some glass jars, so maybe we could do some etching with the jars. So here are 3 that we just did. These ones are cooler. This one's still, yeah, no, this is cool. So, Miss Lola. So we're going to try to peel it off. It seems to be working, but do this part slowly because sometimes parts of it are not coming off. And I know there's this like sort of pulling off a band-aid sort of feel that you might want to do, but I like to do it slowly because if, for instance, down here the little bunny tail didn't quite get adhered, you can put this back on and then just sort of hit that tail and make sure that it's attached. But it is. Let's try the next one. Yay, it's working. That's cool. And here we go. Oh, that's really cute, right? Easter. And then just to give an idea, I don't have jelly beans. As you guys know, I've been off of sugar for, oh, I don't know how long now. 6 weeks or so, or maybe more. So I found this paper fill that maybe we'll put in a basket. I don't know if I'm going to give Owen a basket this year. I don't think I did last year, just simply because I couldn't get out to get candy. But I did buy this purple shred because I wanted to, just in case, I wanted to have it handy. And there's our little jelly bean. It doesn't have to be jelly beans, but that's what I envision it to be. So there's our little project. Wasn't that cool? Think of how many you could do, in an hour sitting with your Joy and your EasyPress Mini. That to me is paradise, is just sitting and having fun and putting together a little project for whatever reason, for just your family or maybe for a large group or something that you are going to be doing or being with. School, I guess, nursing homes, the senior center, all of those kinds of things. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to just check. Oh, there is, huh? There's a Hobby Lobby in Framingham. That would probably actually be, because I live on the North Shore, that would probably actually be a longer drive to go to Framingham from me, because I'm north of Boston by about 20 miles. So we went to Seabrook, which is just over the border in New Hampshire. And it's a straight shot to uh, straight up 95 to get there. So, and there's even an exit right there. I'm a little afraid of Framingham because one time I did go down there and it seemed like you guys down there drive pretty fast, and I was just not used to it. So I try to be adventurous, but that would scare me a little bit. Plus, in New Hampshire, no tax, right? So, um, I suppose you're supposed to be honest and pay the tax. But hey, I don't go there that frequently. I don't think they're going to need my $2 or whatever in tax. But I don't know how I'd declare that on my taxes, but whatever. Okay, I don't want to get myself into trouble. Anyway, isn't that great? Now, you don't have to make all 50 of them. You can put these away, and maybe I'll make something. Oh, my girlfriend Wendy's son is getting married, so maybe they want to do little things. Or I was thinking also you could make a tooth fairy bag for your little ones that are like getting losing their teeth, and you could be a great place to put the tooth, and then you can put your money in there, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of uses for these things, and they're just so darn cute, and they look especially cute with the iron on them. So that's going to do it for me for today. um uh you have 15 sewing machines, Leslie? You're crazy. um and yes, you are. As far as Easter goes, it's the same as Halloween. You're never too old for celebrating. And that does mean you can do the egg hunt. I give you permission, and you can eat as many jelly beans as you want. And so there you go. Let's see. So this is today's project, and I don't need to share a project file with you, but I will share on the video and also on Facebook the link to put in for your entry into the giveaway, and then also put the link for the bags as well in case you're having trouble finding them. They do come in all kinds of sizes. This one here, as I mentioned, I did get on Amazon. They're 3x4 with the drawstring. There was 50 of them and I got them for about $8. So I am an affiliate on Amazon, so I can put my link there and you can follow that link. What else is there to know? Tomorrow we are going to work on this. When I was at Hobby Lobby, I got this sign. Actually, I got 2 of them, and I'm going to see what it's like. It was $3.49, but it was half off, and so I'm going to see what it's like to put a word collage in iron on this galvanized sign. So we're going to try it out. I have actually never done this before, so this will be a first for you and me, but it will be fun. The cutout, the design is in Design Space, and I'll show you where to find it as well. All right, everybody, have a great time today. Enjoy. Spring is here. It's coming if it's not near you yet. But and we will see you again tomorrow. I hope you get some crafting in. I'll talk to you later.